In this lesson of the simplified Git course, we'll be learning about the Git Log command. By the way, I'm sorry I've been away for the last few months on this course. The last lesson I released was a couple of months ago. I've been all over the place on YouTube and I'm happy to continue this course again. So for those who have been following this course and then suddenly they stop seeing new lessons, I'm sorry about that. This command displays the commit history of a Git repository, including commit messages, author information, timestamps, and commit hashes. By examining the history, you can trace when and why changes were made, who made them, and what files were affected. So if you run git log, it's going to show you a scrollable list of commits. This is the last commit we made, which was the 8th of March, a couple of months ago. And you can see this commit here has the commit hash. It has the author because I set my git config. Whenever I make commit, Git can associate those changes with my name. So this is my name, my email, this is the date, and this is the commit message. And if you keep scrolling, you have this second commit, then you have this third commit, and you can keep scrolling. And in my terminal, for me to exit this scrollable list, I press the letter Q. For your terminal, it might be a different thing. I'm using the inbuilt timer in VS Code. Now, what if you want to view the changes that were actually made in a commit? Well, again, we can do git log, and then here I can copy this hash, then I exit this, and I can do git show. We haven't really looked at the show command yet. We'll have a different lesson for that, but I can do git show, paste the hash, and now this is going to show me the changes that were made in that commit. But let's see the changes that were made in the second to the last commit. So I'm going to copy that again, git show, and I paste this, and here you can see that I changed the script.js file, and in this file I removed this line and then I added these two lines. So red here with the minus is removed and plus is the lines that I added. So you can use git log just like this, or you can also pass other options like git log -n1, and this is going to show you the last one commit. Git log n2, the last two commits. Or instead of doing git log -n1 or -n2, you can also just do git log -1. It's going to show you the last one commit, -2, last two commits. Now when we do git log, this only shows us the commit information, right? And then we had to do git show to actually see the files that were changed. Or you don't have to do git log and git show. You can just directly do git log and then pass the p command, which is patch. And here it's going to show you the commit information along with the changes. So here for remove a line, this is the changes. If you keep scrolling for this commit, these are the changes. If you keep scrolling, you see more things that were changed with each commit. And you can also combine multiple options like git log -p -1, and this is going to show you the full changes that were made in the last one commit. And if you do -2, it's going to show you the changes that were made in the last two commits. Now currently, if we do git log, this information is long. We have the hash, the name, email, date, and commit message. But you can also pass an option like one line like this. I don't think there's supposed to be space here. Yep. And this is just going to give you a simplified commit message. And there are a lot of ways you can break down commit messages. And as we progress in this course, we'll be looking at some of those ways. But one quick one you can use is one line. Now you can also filter commit. For example, you can filter commit by a specific author. So I could come here now and do git log author, and then I pass Dillion Megida. And it's going to show me all of the commits that Dillion Megida has made. Now in this project, I have made all the commits, but if you're working on a project that involves multiple people, then you can easily see which commit a specific person made. I can also filter commits by a specific time. For example, I can do git log since, and then I can say 4 days ago, and this is not going to show me anything because 4 days ago I didn't touch this project. But then let's say I do 8 months ago, and this is going to show me the commits that were made since 8 months ago. Another thing you can do is you can filter commits that apply to a specific file. Let's say I want to see all of the commits that affect api.py. I can do git log -api.py, and I'm going to see all the commits that relate to api.py. If I come here and pick script.js, I can see all of the commits that relate to script.js. I can also combine this by adding -1 to view the last commit that relates to script.js, and again I can combine it with -1 -p to see the actual changes, and this was what changed in script.js. So you can combine some of these options together. Sometimes you have to be careful the order in which you combine them. If you put an option where it's not supposed to be, Git might get confused. But these are some of the few ways that you can filter your commits. I don't use git log a lot because the experience reading commits here is not the best for me. So if you're using a code editor like VS Code, you can open source control. We have done a lesson on this. I can come here to commit and I can see all of the commits that I've made in the project so far. So the last commit I made was remove a line, and if I click on this, I can see the files that were changed in that commit. Also this, I can view the files that were changed. I can also copy the SHA, like the hash of the commit. So if I copy this, I can still come here and do git show and paste this here. So when I want to view commits or know who changed what or things that have happened, I usually use source control on VS Code. You can also just use Git Log. Sometimes I use Git Log for like quick things, but if I need a good history, I would go to source control. So these are the Git Log command works and few of the options that you can use with this command.